Too inviting to me. Pittsburgh was not that inviting to me.
What's that?
Pittsburgh wasn't too inviting to me. You're a hobo horse.
Hey, bro, that was epic. Still to this day, Bart Scott, that is.
Man.
That's the reason you're on TV. you can play, but you're on TV because of that.
By the way, that's the last playoff game the Jets won.
Wow.
To this day.
You really brought the mood down.
All right. On we go. Let's talk about playoff teams.
This guy's awful.
The game is either or. Bartholomew, let's go to Rams-Eagles. Who has more passing yards in this game, Matt Stafford or Jalen Hurts?
I think it's Matthew Stafford. If you want to power rank all the best quarterbacks left in the playoffs, I think Matthew Stafford would be, close to number one. He's a Super Bowl champion. He understands how to move the football. I think he has tremendous experience, and he has two great guys on the outside, man. It's Sean McVay. I think he figures it out. If the Philadelphia Eagles win, it's going to be on the legs of Saquon.
Let's go to receivers. Mike T, more receiving yards in the Commanders and Lions. Scary Terry or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Greedy, Terry McLaurin, two reasons. One, Jaden Daniels right now, not in 10 minutes, not in a year, is a bona fide superstar.
Yeah.
But the other reason is I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, but Goff is just going to distribute the ball. And I think Washington tries to take St. Brown out of the game, and therefore other people will get the production.
All right, then Graz, how about more passing touchdowns in Kansas City? Stroud or Mahomes?
Mahomes. Like it's Mahomes. I mean, he had last week off. It's the Chiefs. I mean, the divisional round is Mahomes' round to dominate. Mahomes. That's all I got to say.
I will give you a number on him in a minute that will demonstrate just how ridiculously unstoppable he has been in this round. In fact, let's do it, Cindy. Let's just put it up there. B26. Let's just set the table. RC told us that there would be no bigger surprise to him in the playoffs than Houston winning this weekend. Patrick Mahomes has the most wins without a loss by any quarterback in any playoff round in NFL history. And in these 6 wins, he has 13 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And making it worse for Houston. Sneaky, this is not sneaky big news.
Yeah.
This is sneaky huge news. What happened at practice this week?
Joe Mixon, their running back, injured his ankle in practice on Wednesday. Did not practice yesterday and officially listed as questionable for tomorrow's game. So there is a chance, and they're not ruling him out, obviously, but there is a chance that they don't have Joe Mixon for this game against the Chiefs.
Now that's
catastrophic.
That's devastating, right?
I mean, he's the heartbeat. He's the one guy that sets the table. He sets them in second and short and third and manageable. It was him last week that set the tone and changed the way the game was going with his legs last week.
Greedy, I see this differently. I think Kansas City wins, but I think Patrick Mahomes is bruised and battered. You look at that Houston front seven, they could rush the passer, and all year long, what have we talked about? Chiefs offensive line. And to me, this is like a boxing match where Patrick Mahomes is standing there victorious, but he's going to be cut and he's going to be bruised. This is going to be a tougher game than people realize.
I mean, you go back to the first time these two teams met. That was the week Hollywood Brown returned, and we had so many bunches and stacks where Patrick Mahomes was getting the football out of his hands quickly. And I believe you'll do that again, especially the way Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley are playing the cornerback position for the Houston Texans. But let's be real. The Kansas City Chiefs are different in the playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs stepped their game up. This is where we saw Travis Kelce become Travis Kelce again last year. Xavier Worthy has found his place, and we're talking about DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud that have been amazing in turning this organization around in their first 2 years. But them dudes, right? Like, they one of them ones, and they are the only ones when we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. And to expect the Houston Texans to go into the Arrowhead Invitational, because that's all it is every year in the AFC, and win this game, that's a tall task for any team.
It's odd because, like, we haven't seen the Chiefs really since Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Like, the Texans have played 2 or 3 games, right? And so we forget sometimes. And I do think that if you didn't know anything about the season and you just played back clips of Mike Tannenbaum talking here every Friday morning throughout the season, you'd think the Chiefs missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
I'm glad somebody was listening.
Right. So, they find a way. Andy Reid coming off a bye. We all know how incredible that record is. Patrick Mahomes knows how to win this. Right. Houston's live, but the defense is awesome. They were great last week. It's just, to me, the arrested Chiefs team is.
I am not predicting an upset, but that 45-3 loss and what Bart's clip. Defense has to travel to have road success in the playoffs. Yeah. Houston has a very good defense.
They do.
I think this game's way closer than we think.
What makes it so hard to stop Patrick Mahomes is you never know who's going to eat that day. right? That's the problem. See, it's almost better when he had Tyreek Hill because you knew that you can create a defense that stops it. But will it be DeAndre Hopkins that makes one pivotal catch? Will it be Hollywood Brown? Will it be some gadget from Xavier Worthy that when they get in the red zone, you don't prepare for it? And
we saw that.
Yeah, they do some spinning temptations formation. You're like, what the hell is this? You figured out on Monday.
Yeah, Pacheco's had a few weeks now to maybe get a little healthier than he was the last time we saw him. We're
having all of these conversations, not talking about the strength of the Kansas City Chiefs, which is their defense. Right. Steve Spagnuolo, the way that he can dial up and disguise some of those simulated pressures and zone pressures against an offensive line that allows the most free rushers in football could be diabolical.
Without Tank Dell.
Jalen Watson, the cornerback, back this week. So that helps.
Get Johnson off the field, who's a complete liability.
We shouldn't even play the game, huh?
We shouldn't.
Well, let's find out what Joe thinks, because it's one thing to think the Chiefs are going to win. It's another thing to think they're going to blow the Texans out. The Chiefs very seldom blow anybody out. What's your best bet?
Playing Houston plus the points looked good until the Mixon injury. So maybe we shuffle that to the side for now, but we do attack the angle of going under 41.5 total points. This has rock fight written all over it. How much can you possibly trust the Houston offense at this point in the season? Shaky O-line, no Tank Dell, and now the Joe Mixon injury. This is a team that in 3 games since the Tank Dell injury, just 13 offensive points per game. That's it. However, Mike T was just talking about it. The Texans defense can generate pressure with their front four. They can get after a susceptible Kansas City offensive line. And with Derek Stingley leading them in the back end, they can limit, not stop, limit Kansas City on offense, keeping this game under 41.5 points.
You will see it tomorrow right here on ESPN and ABC. That's our game, 4:30 Eastern time. We got Stroud, we got Mahomes, we got the...
Hello, xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh